Welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading, guys. Today is June the 26th, 2022, and today I'm going to be looking at four stocks that are ready to break out higher this week. With that being said, I do have the S&P 500 chart open here. As you guys can see, I am going to be discussing my targets to the upside and to the downside, along with my overall view on the markets moving forward. Before we get started, guys, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please click that subscribe button. I noticed that a lot of people are watching the videos but haven't subscribed. Just click that subscribe button as we do release videos every single week. We also have a $97 2-month promo to our Discord channel if you are interested in trading with us. If you are a day trader, a swing trader, we have watch lists that are updated every single week, along with market prep that is updated for you every day. So if you are interested in that, the link is in the description to get you guys started right away. With that being said, guys, as I did mention, I do have four names that I'm discussing this week. The first one being Shopify heading to a stock split, along with Boeing having some nice price action. I am looking for a break higher on that, along with Johnson & Johnson and NEO moving up 50% in a 2-week span. As I did mention, I do have the S&P 500 chart here. And as you guys can see, we did have a nice bullish week. It was a nice 4-day shortened week. So I wasn't expecting too much, but the market did surprise me with a move above that $3,900 area. And, we did close bullish. What am I looking for going into next week? It's very simple. I'm looking for continued momentum towards 4,000 and 39.85. To me, that is an important section. One being we do have a gap here around that 4,020 area. So a break above 39.85 would be an indicator that we are going to go ahead and fill that gap. Now, a few scenarios can happen from there. We can fill the gap and drop lower, right? Essentially calling it a gap and crap scenario, right? So we come up here, fill this, and then head lower to test 38.85, which to me would be a neutral move, right? So if we come down to test 38.85, we can potentially test over here, consolidate, then bounce higher. Or the second scenario would be filling that gap and moving higher. And that is the best scenario that you can possibly want. And for me, it all comes down to for a push towards that 41.65 area. As you guys can see here, we did have consolidation on the 4-hour time frame. Pretty much all of May, we had a hard time breaking this area. As you guys can see from down here, it is a big area for me. So the best case scenario is getting above 39.85 and making a pretty much a beeline towards 41.65, right? So if that does happen, that's wonderful, but we are still in a bearish stance, right, guys? So even if we do hit 41.65, we need to see continued volume above that area. As I did mention, it is strong resistance, right? So in a perfect world, we go right to it and get across, but in a downtrend that we're in, we can pretty much see two scenarios: a rejection around this area right here, 4,000, and a move down, or a push above this area, testing 41.65, and then a move down. Overall, my stance hasn't changed. I am still bearish long term. However, I am bullish short term, and I do see an opportunity here, guys. So watch above that 39.85 area. Now to the downside, what do you want to see hold, right? I want to see 3,800 hold. As you guys can see, it was previous resistance, and now on the way down, it would be key support. So holding 3,800 is an important thing. If we do break that this week and we do close below it, I am bearish, and I am pretty much looking down towards that 3,650 area where we did consolidate and hold that, right? The bulls did hold 3,650. So a move breaking below 3,800, my targets are that 3,650, and a move above 39.85, my targets are 40.50, 41.15, and that big number 41.65. All right, guys, so that's the S&P 500, looking for a continued move higher this week. All right, moving on to the watch list, guys. So all these names right now that are being discussed are part of our Wealthy Mentor Trading group on Discord. So if you are interested in getting my targets every single day and continued updates, click that link in the description. First name, Shopify, SHOP. And Shopify, I am going to switch over here to the daily time frame. to pretty much give you a clear picture, right? So Shopify is important to me is because we do have a stock split coming up, guys, right? So it is a 10-to-1 stock split, and it is happening on Tuesday, the 28th of June. So Shopify, big name. You're looking at a $700+ stock dropping all the way to $300, and it is in a channel, right? So we are in a channel ever since the breakdown candle right here back in May. We did leave a gap, right? And then we have been consolidating underneath $400 towards $300 for pretty much all of May, right? Here we are with bullish momentum. We did close the week pretty bullish, 5.8% on Friday alone. And what I'm looking at is that $400 line essentially, right? So if you are a safer trader, definitely look for $400 for that breakout. If you are a day trader such as myself and our group members, right, I am looking at that $300 line, right? $390 line going into tomorrow specifically for a push to test to $400 and around 410, as we do have candle wicks right here and rejections all the way to 414, guys. So for me, I have two take profit targets going into tomorrow specifically, and into the 10-to-1 split would be a break above 390. Take profit number one would be 400. Take profit number two would be 414. Now, if you are a safer trader and you don't want to get caught up into this trap right here, definitely look above 425 for the opportunity to fill the gap all the way to 452, guys. So that is another scenario where you could possibly take a trade on. Now, to the downside, it's pretty much very simple here, guys. If we get a rejection at $400, we're getting back down to test these levels right here, which is that $350 range that we've pretty much dropped down to many times over the past month, and it is an area of support. So this area right here from 348 to 350 roughly is an area of support. So if we do get a rejection at that $400 line, look for 350 as key area to hold, okay? So overall, Shopify is splitting, right? So you're pretty much looking at a $40 stock if we were to close at $400, 10-to-1 split. So definitely it's splitting into 10 pieces. So you're looking at $40 if it was a $400 stock, guys. So definitely watch Shopify going into this week. Look for bullish momentum and also look for analyst upgrades. Morgan Stanley did come up last week and they did have an equal weight rating of $450. Obviously, that's going to change quite a bit going into the week. So definitely watch analysts and what they're going to target. And hopefully the S&P 500 also pushes higher. That would give life to Shopify. All right. The next name that did receive some bullish momentum, and I haven't discussed this in a long time, and this is one of our names as well at Wealthy Mentor Trading, and that's Boeing, right? BA is the ticker. And to me, this caught my eyes because, we have been consolidating just like Shopify pretty much all of May underneath that $142.50 area right here, guys. So we held support at 113, bull stepped in, pushing us all the way to that 142.50 area. We did close Friday session bullish, up 5.5%. So what I'm looking at going into tomorrow specifically is a break above 142.50. If we do get that, I am targeting that 157.50 area. As you guys can see, we got rejected here, right, on the daily time frame a few times before pushing lower. So a break above 142, target number one, 157. And then we have a little mini gap fill here from 157 all the way to 167. And as you guys can see here, it is going to be strong resistance because on the way down, it was key support. So going up, it's tough resistance, right? So look at these two areas going into next week on Boeing specifically. Obviously, Boeing is part of the transportation sector, being part of the Dow Jones. So look for the Dow Jones, the transportation sector specifically, to move higher for Boeing to reap the benefits. All right, guys. The next name that is important that has also gained momentum and is looking for a breakthrough is Johnson & Johnson. J&J is the ticker. And here we are on Johnson & Johnson, and you know what? It did rally 8% on the week. As you guys can see here, bulls stepped in at 167 when everything looked weak and dire and ready to break down even lower. They did step in at 167, pretty much pushing it back into this consolidation area that we've had for quite a while. Again, all of May, right? So here we are at that 182.50 area, which is key resistance for me, guys. So as a day trader, I am looking for a break above that line to take profits at 184 and 187. Now, 187 is all-time highs. So if you are one of those breakout traders such as myself, or if your strategy is to wait for a break above 187, right, you're pretty much looking at price discovery. And to me, I have targets of 190. It is a nice round number, and traders and investors tend to respect that round number figure. Along with algorithmic trading, they tend to target round numbers. So 190, 200 is an area for me to look at. But first things first, I'm looking for volume confirmation above that 182.50 area, right? If we do get a failed attempt here, look for 180 as key support and a possible shorting opportunity if we can't hold 180 down to 174, which is another area of major support, guys. All right, so that's Johnson & Johnson. I'm watching for a breakout above 182.50. The last name that is, it kind of flew under the radar here, and it is one of those names that we do trade at Wealthy Mentor Trading, but it did go down in the dumpster after its earnings, right? And that's NEO, right? Here we are on NEO, ticker NIO, and NEO has quietly rallied pretty much 50% in a 2-week span. Analysts have a buy rating of 41 bucks, and it is one of those names that, to me, is on my watch list, right? Rightfully so. We are approaching that $24 resistance. As you guys can see here, we've had a few rejections here on the daily time frame back in April, and here we are retesting that area off the April push down, right? Buyers stepped in around $11.50, which was a great buying opportunity, and we are testing 24 bucks. So for me, I am looking for a break above 24 to retest 26.50, which coincides with this rejection area right here back in February. And if we do break above that, I am looking at targets of 29.50 and 33, right? So 33 was key support. On the way up, it is key resistance, right? So look above 24 bucks for take profits at 26.50, 29.50, and $33 respectively on NEO. Now, if we do get a rejection, what am I looking at, right? So let's just say we pop in on Monday and $24 just is too much to handle. What am I looking at? Obviously, we've had a consolidation area here at that $21.50 area. And to me, it is one of those areas that I'm going to be looking at to short, right? So 21.50 right here, consolidation on these daily candles for a potential move down to $19. So it is one of those things where you definitely got to pay attention to. If we can't break above 24, look for 21.50 as that support line. And if support breaks, we're pretty much testing this area of $19 once again, because it pretty much told us that $24 continues to be strong resistance and bears are continue to be in control. So it has to prove it to us tomorrow. Look for a break above 24 bucks. All right, guys, so those were 4 key names that you definitely need to pay attention going into next week. NEO, as I mentioned, 50% move in 2 weeks. Johnson & Johnson only 3% away from all-time highs. Boeing gaining momentum. Definitely look at the Dow Jones to see if that's moving higher for names like Boeing to also move higher. And Shopify has that stock split on Tuesday, 10-1, guys. So it is range bound. Look above 390. And if you are a safer trader, above that 414 level. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you want to join Wealthy Mentor Trading on our Discord channel, the link is in the bio. We also have Wealthy Mentor Trading on our Instagram channel. So be sure to check us out, give us a follow. Thank you so much, guys, and see you guys next week.